all this time before encountering, I felt alone, and being alone felt like I was weird. I had a problem. I was broken. But then after encountering just the term of demisexuals, even though at that time wala pa akong kilalang ibang demisexuals, I felt a sense of belonging. Kumbaga na for this term to exist, this means that there are other people like me.
Hello, everybody. My name is Evangelista. I'm your host here at the Backdoor, and today we are joined by Jed.
Hi, I'm Jed. I write, I paint, and I'm a creative.
All right, so Jed's here to talk more about demisexuality. So, what is demisexuality? Because I'm sure a lot of viewers there don't really know that term or hasn't encountered that term. So, can you please explain to them?
So, demisexuality is a sexual orientation wherein you would only feel attraction, physical or anything wise, when you have an emotional bond or connection with a person already. So, it doesn't mean that I feel attracted with every person I have a bond with, like every friend, but it is a minimum requirement, kumbaga. Like, I would only feel any kind of physical attraction pag sobrang close na tayo or meron na talaga tayong pinagsamahan. Though of course, it varies to person what determines as a close bond. So I can't say na, oh, para sa akin, we have to be friends first. But for others, they might have a different standard for what is a bond. Like, because as demisexuality is a spectrum and demisexuality itself is within the asexual spectrum then.
A lot of people would also think na, okay, here comes a new term that we have to know and respect people and all these pronouns and ang dami na dagdag na letters sa LGBTQ. Pero, what can you say to that?
I understand how overwhelming it is na, yeah, ang daming terms, but at the same time, the good side about it is people now have a terminology or a label to explain how they actually feel or how they perform or how they behave. To me, it doesn't mean that people have to know everything. It's okay that there are gaps in your knowledge on the label, but just accept that these people exist. I exist, demisexual exists, pansexuals, asexuals. We exist, but yes, it's overwhelming, but we hope for your patience and acceptance in regarding it.
And matagal naman na may demisexuality. It's not like a new term na bigla silang, ito na yung mga demisexuals.
Yeah.
Alright, kasi yeah, ngayon lang siguro nabibigyan ng more attention yung the other sexualities out there. Normal naman, isn't that a normal amount na for you to be have some closest first to be attracted to that person?
Yeah. Understandable, since there are like, it's even a trope na friends to lovers kind of thing. Pero sa amin kasi, it is like talagang a minimum requirement. So for other people, di ba, meron kayong mga crush or mga, even let's say sa dating app, let's say hindi mo pa masasabi na romantically in love ka, but there's like a attraction or like an interest na that begins and may lead to romance. But for us, we're not talking about love pa. This is just like attraction. So, hindi ko kayang magkaroon ng crush with someone na hindi ko kilala. I never developed like a celebrity crush, or even it was also rare for me to develop like a high school crush, mga ganon. And it's a whole another dilemma pa yung dating apps.
Yeah.
Kasi it's like all strangers. And I guess para mas maintindihan, people have the ability, for example, to masturbate to pornography. Because they can be physically attracted to the person even if hindi nila kilala. Pero sa akin, hindi ko kaya. Basically, porn never worked for me as a demisexual kasi the actors are strangers. Even if the characters they portray, strangers sila. I don't have an emotional bond with them, so we're incapable of developing any kind of attraction towards them. So perhaps that example might give light kung ano ba difference, I guess, from demisexual to people na attracted to physical or attracted to personality, kumbaga.
Yeah.
So, ayun.
Okay, I have so many questions. Okay, so, bakit tayo punta sa dating or sa porn? Let's go muna sa crush. Crush lang muna.
Yeah.
So, pagdating sa crush, do you have like an intellectual crush or like personality-wise crush mo siya?
Kasi iba pa yung like attracted to like intelligence, attracted to
Yeah.
and that factors hindi pa papasok sa akin unless I am friends or had a close bond now with the person.
Okay.
So for demisexuals, iba-iba rin yung preference nila. Meron na once they're friends or has a bond, mas leaning on dun na sila nagkakaroon ng physical. Meron naman din personality ang nagiging attraction nila, and meron naman intellectual. So that is possible only, tulad ng sinabi ko, dahil minimum requirement yung friendship or bond.
Yeah. Personally, since I'm curious,
Yeah.
like how close yung kailangan para sa'yo for you to be attracted to that person?
It varies then with demisexual, which is another issue. Kasi,
I mean, personally.
Sa akin, it changes. Like, may times na 7 years before I developed like an attraction towards this person. Meron naman din akong experience na I felt attracted after just 1 year of being friends or having talagang close bond with the person.
Have you tried dating apps?
Yes.
How was that?
So I tried it before I even knew demisexuality is. So at the time, parang ang struggle ko at first is I can't flirt. Kasi my approach or mindset is sure, I'm just interested to know this stranger. And hindi ko kaya makipagsabayan sa, I guess, yung nakaka-match ko na, of course, dating and the fact na nag-swipe sila sa akin means they're attracted to me and so they would like flirt or talagang romantically evolution agad yung mindset or approach nila sa akin and hindi ko kaya. And minsan naman, like platonically, nagre-respond naman well yung nakamatch ko. But once na they wish to proceed to the next step, hindi ko kaya. Kasi, hey, I still view you platonically and hindi ko naman kaya pa sa sarili ko. And that led to other issues na wala namang verbally directly nagsabi sa akin. Pero I wouldn't be surprised if may mga nakamatch ako nagsabing paasa ako. Kasi, hindi ko kaya silang sabayan, kumbaga. Nakatulong na yung knowing demisexuality, at least I had like a way to explain, kumbaga, or to warn them, hey, this is the experience, kumbaga, of dating me. Kasi, dating, it's not something I am actually doing towards the person then. Like, sure, I give gifts, but it's the same I would do it to a friend. Kumbaga. And so it's like dating me is like dating one-sidedly, which I know is inconvenient. Pero wala eh. Ganito ako eh.
Yeah. Sa mga tao that's attracted to you, like how is their experience with dating you one-sidedly?
Wala naman akong binigay na evaluation for. I guess, ito lang yung mga at least nalaman ko. Of course, this doesn't reflect all of there were some that I guess once they understood that I'm asexual, they were like content naman, like staying with friends. Like, of course, I was completely okay with them na parang they're gonna look for other possible partners. Kasi hindi ko rin masasabi na, we just need to be friends for like 1-2 years bago ako magka-develop ng attraction. Kasi hindi ko rin alam kailan. They thought it was an excuse na I just didn't have like the confidence to reject them outright. So they think na me saying I'm a demisexual is just, an excuse. Thinking about it kasi, if they were not amicable or if did not receive well na I'm a demisexual, then it would have never worked in the first place kasi if they couldn't accept that at that point, parang, I think it's better na rin we end this.
Yeah. I feel like yung mga demisexuals, you guys really redefine friendship. Kasi ngayon feeling ko, hindi na masyadong binibigyan ng value yung friendship. So, like I feel like friendships are more effortless na. And I feel like pag demisexual ka, since yung bond nyo nagsistart talaga sa friendship, like a solid foundation talaga of friendship, like would you say na mas solid yung friendship mo since you really try to be friends first before have an attraction? Like, do you put more efforts in friendships, do you think?
I would agree, but at the same time, kasi I feel like that's more of me as an individual. I don't think it is like a part of being a demisexual automatic. Great friends na kayo. Baka I wouldn't be surprised if marami din gagong demisexual. Kumbaga. So, sa akin lang, siguro for demisexual, ang na-avoid namin is yung tipong kakaibiganin ka para lang maging mas close or magkaroon ng chance na lumandi sa'yo. Kasi kami, once we approach you for like friendship, mostly genuine yun.
Yeah.
Wala kaming malice or wala kaming agenda na ligawan ko or use friendship as like a stepping stone lang. We don't view friendship as a stepping stone to attraction kasi it just happens, yung attraction.
Alright, so put a light sa porn.
Gandang segue.
Friendship to porn, okay. So, question ko about porn. Since there's porn now na there are couples and very genuine yung relationship nila and they're porn actors as well. Like, do you I don't know, factor that shit?
No rin. Kasi, I don't personally know these people. And to point out kasi, ano yung naging parang sexual awakening ko, kumbaga, it was through a dating sim game.
Okay.
Kasi in that kind of game, it's like, you really have to get to know the person, and so on. And then, incidentally, that triggered my first erection, my first, attraction. So, at the time, of course, I just thought na, okay, at least I'm not impotent, I'm not asexual. But at the time, hindi ko pa alam na, or at least that point, inakala ko lang, I'm just a heterosexual. Mataas lang standards ko. But later on, it's like, even with real people, I really need to like have a bond with the person. So, but going back to pornography, it's
really not for you.
Yeah, and to be honest, at some point I was kind of envious because you have an easy way to like vent, to like masturbate, and I don't have that luxury. To be honest, I've only masturbated once, and yeah, so parang we don't have like an easy way, I guess. It's really a hassle, not only to date, but to even just satisfy yourself.
Okay, wow. All right, Sims, bring you your first sexual awakening. Yeah, ang hirap nga no na you don't have a way to express yourself sexually. So, pag demisexual ka, do you feel like mas hindi ka connected sa sarili mo sexually?
I don't have like a negative connotation naman towards sex. Once I do feel attraction, I'm very comfortable with my viewpoint with sexuality. And I've encountered people online na very sex positive, even as a demisexual. Yun nga lang, mas malayo or mas matagal lang talaga yung prequel, kumbaga, towards it. So, it's not an inconvenience naman towards, sex.
Alright, okay, I also asked that kasi I thought that I was demisexual. Trigger warning. Kasi it was out of trauma. So when I researched more on that, tapos I dealt with my trauma. Hindi pala ako demisexual.
Just to clarify then, kasi I'm just talking about my personal experience. But for demisexuals and overall, there is a portion naman then that do feel repulsion towards sex. So, medyo outdated ito, but in 2014, like 1/3 of the demisexuals from the sample size is repulsed towards sex. And many times then, I guess, I did experience that. If I was to give an analogy, for example, I'm fingering someone. To me, it just feels like namumulangot ako na ibang tao.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, when you encountered the term demisexual, did you automatically realize that, oh, this is me?
Yes, at that point, parang all this time before encountering, I felt alone. And being alone felt like I was weird. I had a problem. I was broken. But then after encountering just the term of demisexuals, even though at that time, wala pa akong kilalang ibang demisexuals, I felt a sense of belonging. Kumbaga, na for this term to exist, this means that there are other people like me. Outliers like me. So, hindi naman naging nagbago yung viewpoint ko since then. Like, it was comfortable having a term finally to explain myself. But I guess it is other people's viewpoint sa akin na nagbago from past to present. Because at first, yes, even like close friends, they think it's just kaartehan. Or, made up or things to just make complicate yung liberal viewpoints, mga ganon. But it's one step at a time to like explain and because I feel like they're just coming from a place of ignorance and perhaps from uh, bad experiences. And this is not exclusive to my heterosexual friends. Like I also experienced the parang even people from the LGBT, but I don't think this is like reflective of the community itself. Pero may individuals lang na yes, they don't see demisexuality as a valid It's challenging, pero yeah, one person at a time trying to explain and trying to make them understand. And if ayaw talaga nila, then I don't mind it naman.
Should have asked this Karina. What's your preference when it comes to gender and your pronoun?
Well, the pronouns he, him, and then with gender preference naman, it's I guess women, but at the same time kasi hindi ko rin mag-guarantee baka lang masyado akong exposed with guys na kinda shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's rare for me to like encounter a guy na I find appealing.
Mhm.
Pero yeah, I guess women would be my gender preference right now.
Did you feel like you have to come out as a demisexual?
For me, I don't think so. Kasi it was already satisfying enough to encounter and to know demisexuality as a term. Kasi compared, I think, to, for example, homosexuals, even if as a kid, you don't know the term itself, just from media, from like books, you would already know that there are men who are couple, women who are couple. So even before knowing the term homosexual, you would know that there are homosexuals in the world. But to me, I did not have that privilege. Kasi you don't see that in pop culture. You don't see that in films. It doesn't even taught in like education. Kasi hanggang LGBT lang mostly. So I don't find it necessary to come out. But I do point it out once it becomes relevant. For example nga, in dating apps, I do point it out kasi it is for the respect then towards the other person para rin they don't develop much wrong expectations kumbaga sa akin. And when the people naman ask, yeah, I say na I'm a demisexual. But it's not something I feel necessary to like introduce agad kumbaga na, hey, I'm demisexual.
Yeah, I agree with you then. Kasi like, for example, like straight people or people who are not demisexual, they're not like, hi, I'm straight and very, I'm already attracted to you. Alam mo yun, parang, I feel like people, if you're comfortable to say it, then you should say it. Pero if you're not, then
Yeah.
you're not obligated to say it. So do you ever felt like that you are pressured that you have to engage in a sexual activity?
My experience with that was before I encountered demisexuality, before I managed to identify myself. At that time, I was, I guess, trying to be quote-unquote normal. So I participated in like hookup culture. Tulad nga ng sinabing ko kanina, na it's like fingering someone or foreplay. Felt like nawawala na ng ibang tao. There was like a sense of repulsion, but it's like a desperation then on my part na, hey, I don't want to ruin this for the other person. Kasi, yeah, they seem into it and I don't want to ruin their night. But I guess at that point, I did not allow it to proceed after foreplay kasi I wouldn't want to like tarnish their dignity or risk affecting their dignity by not having any erection towards them. And medyo nahalata na rin na talagang I'm not really into it. But so it wasn't society-wise, I guess, but more of a pressure I put on myself before I felt comfortable on how I feel on that I am indeed a demisexual.
Pag may mga nanonood dito na demisexual din, what would you like to say to them? Kasi ang konti nyo nga, di ba sabi mo?
Yeah. Yes, hindi man welcoming kung to other people that we are demisexuals, but what is important is you understand how you feel or how you are attracted to people. And demisexual, the term itself, it is just a term, pero it leads us or allows us to find other people or peers that may understand us. So even if, let's say, you don't encounter other demisexuals in real life, just know na we exist. There are many other people and many other people na nahihirapan din in dating and like sex. But yes, we exist, we are valid, and even if people do not accept us or perhaps do not recognize us, this is just a sexual orientation. What is important is we know what we like and how we feel. And yeah, I hope as a demisexual, good luck to you. And I hope things go well for you.
Demisexuality is a sexual orientation that wasn't just made up just because, it's a legit sexual orientation that has been there for a long time, and we only just now gave it that much importance and that much attention because they exist, and that language is very important to know, and we have to educate ourselves about that because they function that way, and we have to respect that, we have to accept that, and we can't force them to act a certain way, to force them into molds that they're not comfortable in. So yeah, let's educate ourselves so that other people would feel accepted and respected. Because that's what we all want. And if you like this episode, I hope you tune in more our other episodes. Please hit the notification bell, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and of course like our video. And if you have any more suggestions, questions, let us know on the comment section down below. Again, I'm your host, Evan Evangelista, and I'll see you guys on our next episodes. Bye! And how do you deal with that, like, as a demisexual? Am I making sense?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Kasi I feel like na sex is like a very taboo and bad thing.
Okay.